Welcome to my fish room.
Good morning, my son. How are you? Okay. He's being a little silent, a little difficult, a little recalcitrant. So, it's up to me to explain the reason behind his difficult silence and recalcitrance. What are you looking for? Aaron, what are you looking for? Okay. Oh, you want to wet your whistle so you can talk? Really converse. Okay. So, we're just at a customer, and my son, the most brilliant son I've ever had in my whole life. Well, maybe his other brother, but I don't know, because we got rid of him because he wasn't good. Anyhow, my boy turns to me, and with great awe and wonder in his voice, says, "Dad, is there ick in the ocean?" I says, "Yes." And then I thought about it, and then I says, "Well, but of course there's ick in the ocean, son. Why would you think there wasn't ick in the ocean?" And so therefore my boy, he explained to me how that maybe there was some diseases that he had evolved just to live in the fish tank that were not found in the ocean, or if they were found very limited. And
well, I know for a fact there are.
So what? Which ones?
With killer whales, their fin only goes over in captivity and never goes over in the wild.
How do you know that it never goes over in the wild?
Because...
Have you seen every killer whale in the wild?
No.
I would assume that if a killer whale's fin can fall over in captivity, that it must be able to fall over in the wild too.
But it never does.
Well, do they know why the killer whale's fin falls over?
No.
Okay. So, how long in evolutionary terms does it take for things to change? A year? Well, they had those tadpoles that they found the tadpoles changed color when a predator was introduced that they had never previously been exposed to. But as for diseases evolving to live in an aquarium, what type of disease would that be? Well, would it be a parasite? Would it be a virus? Would it be a bacteria? Well, what would be the most likely? And how would it evolve? Because unless they can get the fish keeper to move stuff from fish tank to fish tank, it'd never be able to spread that well. Like, isn't there some kind of disease that mice get that they carry, but it makes them less afraid of cats, and that way they get eaten by the cats, and that way the cat passes the disease on to, like, maybe the cat's the ultimate host? I read something about that. I forget what the disease was. I don't know if it's toxoplasmosis or not. But they do say that toxoplasmosis makes people want to keep more cats. And yet toxoplasmosis is carried by cats and can infect people. So maybe that's the one that does the mice too. I'm not sure. But as for a disease evolving in an aquarium, I don't think there's been enough time. And not enough evolutionary pressure.
But it could happen, is what you're saying. Which means that I was semi-right.
It could happen sometime in the next many... Aaron, why do you always leave it till the last minute?
I was going to go over, but then these people won't let me in.
Yeah, but there's the highway.
And then this guy's not going to let me in either.
Well, you could have went into this lane way up at the other end of the block.
I couldn't have, because you weren't watching. The guy up there in the silver car that went up in the highway,
when we turned,
let me in.
When we turned, we were in the outside lane.
But he turned right and was in the lane beside me. I went and turned left at the same time.
And you couldn't have went before or in front, behind him. You couldn't have slowed down just a bit and went in behind him, because there wasn't two people turning.
Yeah, there was.
No, there wasn't.
No, there was. You weren't watching. There was.
Oh, because you say there was means it magically makes it true.
And because you don't believe me, it usually makes me a liar.
No, it doesn't make you a liar. It just makes you wrong. Remember, Father's always right. Yay, Father. You want to sing the song?
No.
People want to hear you sing the song.
That's nice.
I want to hear you sing the song. It's been weeks.
I guess it's been years.
I've sang it within weeks. Come on.
You can sing it all. Not on the word.
Okay, you mouth the words. Daddy's good, Daddy's great, yay, Daddy. Or Daddy and the boy, we're Daddy and the boy, we're Daddy and the boy, 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 boy. We kind of ripped that off of Pinky and the Brain. Aaron, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What?
Yes, Dad, but how are we going to get Mother on a skateboard? Well, I answered for you. Do you remember Pinky and the Brain?
And the Animaniacs.
I was never as much into Animaniacs as I was into Pinky and the Brain. I liked Pinky and the
I
Brain.
didn't really like Pinky and the Brain.
Well, it was rather sophisticated for your age. You're still rather young. They had sophisticated humor. Wonder why they stopped making it. They can't have cost too much. Draw a picture. So anyhow, this is all about the evolution of diseases in a fish tank and why my boy thought it was possible.
But
Okay.
technically it is possible. You've already told me that.
It would take millions of years probably, and I don't know if they're going to have fish tanks for millions of years, because what if they're going to invent like a force field that you don't have to have glass, you just have a force field container, and you'd have a magical inlet that's out in the ocean, that the water would just come pouring out of the ocean into your tank, through the tank, and then back into the ocean, and you wouldn't have to have filtration, you'd have all the plankton, you'd have everything, and every now and again you'd get a new fish. Wouldn't that be cool?
Wouldn't you lose a fish every once in a while too?
You put a screen over the outlet. The only problem is, what if your new fish was like a baby shark and it grew up and it ate all your fish?
Yeah.
Baby hammerhead. Well, you'd probably have a small pipe. What if a whale got stuck on the end of the pipe? That'd be weird. What if you could have like a magical gate, and say you wanted to travel to Florida, you just walk through the gate and you'd come out in Florida, and then when you caught your fish, you just turn around and you walk back through the gate. It's like, what are they? Stargate. They do it. Well, I watched The Savage Planet last night, so.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, they went through a portal into a savage planet. It's really old science fiction. Like, probably even before Star Trek was written. I don't know when it was filmed. Alright. Bye-bye.